Hey YouTube, this is Yaoi Ninja 0717 here to bring you an update on my previous video. Now, my first video I talked about Season 3 of Junjo Romantica, and now I'm going to delve into those who aren't familiar with the series so you can jump up on it, the characters, and basically what the story is about. So, I'm reading off some notes to you guys, okay. So, Junjo Romantica, also known as Pure Romance, was made by Shinjuku Nakamura-sensei, and it's made by Studio Dean. In my previous video, I said that the voice actor for Usagi changed, but apparently it didn't. I haven't heard it in so long, so maybe that's just me. But anyway, Junjo Romantica has actually 3 stories, not just one. It's divided up between Junjo Romantica, Junjo Egotist, and Junjo Terrorist. There's also a spin-off manga, which I'll talk about in a later video, and another manga called Junjo Mistake, but I'll delve into those later. So, Junjo Romantica, the first series, stars Misaki Takahashi and Akito Usami, aka Usagi. Now, Misaki is 18 years old in seasons 1 and 2. He turns 19 in like 8 episodes later, but he's about to graduate from high school, and he really wants to get into Mishidashi High University. This place is fictional, guys. But his grades are really, really poor. So his brother suggests that he goes to his best friend to get tutoring. Now his best friend is Usagi. He's 28 years old, and Usagi is a published author. He's a published fictional author, and he also does boys love manga on the side by another name. Now, if you guys are familiar with manga, you know you have their pen name and then their actual name, so they go by 2 different names. But anyway, the story starts off that Misaki goes to his house, and at first, Usagi and Misaki don't like each other. It's because Misaki finds out that Usagi's in love with his brother Takahiro, and Misaki really isn't a fan of that. He's like, you know, you've been my brother's best friend for like since high school. You know, I don't really trust you and all that. And like Usagi's like, you know, don't worry, I've never even told your brother I have feelings for him. And so they work it out somehow, because Usagi doesn't want Takehiro's little brother to fail, because he loves him. Like he's deeply in love with Takehiro and doesn't want him to fail. So, not to delve into too many spoilers, but him and it doesn't work out for him and Takehiro. And somehow or another, Misaki and Usagi end up living together, because he gets into the University of Choice thanks to Usagi, and then they start living together. And once they start living together, Usagi is the first one to fall in love with Misaki, and it just goes on from there. A little bit about Misaki. He actually has when Misaki was really, really young, both his parents died in a car crash. And since then, he's had a fear of causing trouble for anyone. He has a big complex about causing trouble for anybody. And so, with Usagi, he's a rich boy. He's filthy freaking rich. And he never really got loved by his parents. Like, his parents basically did their own thing, and then he was just left by himself, and he was left with his imagination. And with his imagination, he began to write. He wrote out his feelings, and his feelings became, you know, that's how him and Takahiro got to be friends. Because there's an episode where Usagi's writing on his desk, and Takahiro reads it, and he's like, "Wow, this is good. Can you write some more? Can you finish the story for me?" And that's how they become friends. Now, my favorite episode, I really want you guys to get on the series. My favorite episode from Junjo Romantica for these 2 individuals is episode 8. When I saw that actually animated, I was in freaking love. It was so good, you guys. Watch episode 8 of season 1 for some good interaction between Misaki and Usagi. Now, there are other characters also in with the first story arc of Junjo Romantica. You have Keiichi Sumi, which is Misaki's only friend in when he first starts going to college. And when you first meet him, you're thinking like, you think like he's a nice guy, but when you go on for the remaining of the episodes, you see that he has an ulterior motive. I won't spoil anything, but Season 2 definitely delves into more of his character. And you also have Ayakawa, Awakawa, I'm so messing this, Usagi's publicist. She comes in episode 3 of Junjou Romantica, and she's a character. She loves Usagi. She's Usagi's #1 fan when it comes to the literature, but she's a bad bitch when it comes to him doing his work. Like, don't fuck with her when it comes to getting her stuff published. Alright, moving on to my favorite of the story arcs. Story arc number 2, Junjo Egotist. Junjo Egotist stars Hiriko Kamijiwo and Nowaki Kusuma. I'm going to call them Hiro-san and Nowaki for the rest of the remainder of the video because that's what they call each other in this. That's what they call each other in their little episodes. But these two meet when Hiro-san experiences a broken heart. They meet on the park bench, and Nowaki comes up to him and sees him crying, and he like grabs his hand. He's like, "Yo, my name's Nowaki Kusuma. You're gonna come with me," and he just drags him away. But anyway, Hiro-san is 29 years old. He's a literature professor. Throughout the series, you guys, literature is a big theme for this whole series. He's a literature professor, and as I said before, he used to be in love with Usagi. He had a unrequited love for Usagi, just how Usagi had an unrequited love for Takahiro. And it's really, really sad when you first watch their watch the story, because he's also Usagi's best friend, but it's like, you're my best friend at the same time. I want you to be more than my best friend. And if you guys ever experienced that, you know how it's really hard. Anyway, Nowaki is an orphan. He was raised in the orphanage, and he's never really had any problems with people. Nowaki can't stand Hiro-san can't stand him because he's like super taller than him, and he's older. But even though Hiro-san's like older than him, he's like freaking like 6'1" or something like that. And Nowaki's name means typhoon. And Nowaki actually, when the story evolves between Nowaki and Hiro-san, you'll see that Nowaki has a complex when it comes to Hiro because of the age difference. Because Hiro is going to be a professor, and because of the 4-year age gap, he really, really wants to catch up to him. Hiro-san is basically like a freaking genius, and he graduated top of his class, and he was able to become like an associate professor really, really quick. Like 29 years old and an associate professor. It's pretty amazing. I know I'm tapping my hair, but anyway. So my favorite episodes with Junjo Egotist is season 1, 6, and 7. Watch those two because oh my god. They're basically, when you watch it, you'll see that their feelings for each other are going to finally come full circle. Like, it's going to be like this grandioso heart shapes and glitter. It was for me. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but it was for me. Alright, last but not least, you have Junjo Terrorist. Now, this part of the 3 story arcs isn't my favorite. I'm not really a big fan of these 2 characters, but you know, as part of the season, you gotta watch it. So you have Miyagi and Shinobu Tatsuki, Shinobu and Miyagi. Miyagi is 35 years old. Shinobu is 18 years old. See, that's like a basically 10 plus years age gap or something like that. But anyway, Miyagi is a literature professor at Mitsudashi High University. Oh, also Hiro-san also worked at Mitsudashi High University. So basically, you'll see each of these characters in like a snippet, a cameo in each of their episodes. But anyway, so Miyagi used to be married. He's no longer married. He used to be married to Shinobu's sister, and now that he's finally divorced, Shinobu comes to him and tells him like out the blue, like, yo, you gotta take responsibility. And Miyagi's like, well, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, you have to take responsibility for me falling in love with you. And Miyagi's like, kid, I used to be married to your sister. Like, your dad is the dean of the literature department at the university. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't date an 18-year-old. And Shinobu is very, very headstrong. He's blunt. He's like, so you guys aren't together anymore? What's the issue? Like, my dad does his job. My sister's already found a new guy. What's your problem? And Miyagi basically scratches his head. He's like, I don't know how to deal with this kid. But anyway, Miyagi actually has a really dark past. He used to be in love with his sensei, but something happened and they weren't able to be together. And when you watch the episode, you'll find out what it is. It's really heartfelt once this episode comes up. Even though they're not my favorite, when they delve into Miyagi's past and why his first marriage failed is because of his sensei, you'll understand everything. So I actually don't have a fave episode with Junjo Terrorist. It is what it is. You just gotta watch it. But anyway, Junjo Romantica, as of 2012, has 15 volumes of manga. It used to be printed by Tokyo Pop, but you know, ever since Tokyo Pop went out of print, they don't license it anymore. But you can find the manga on Amazon.com. I haven't collected them yet. I'm really willing. And if I go to another convention, I'm planning on getting all 15 well, there's 12 English translation in it, but there are 15 volumes in all. But when I go to another convention, I'll get all 12. But as I said before, Junjo Romantica is a great yaoi to pick up. As I said, it has 2 seasons that you can buy at Right Stuff. Like honestly, guys, if you support the distribution by buying it. I plan on buying it when I go to another convention, so I suggest you guys too. And I also had a link below in my last video. Click on my last video to see the links to catch the first 5 episodes of season 1 on YouTube. And as I said before, if you really want to get into a good heartfelt series with revolving characters with different emotions, I highly recommend Junjo Romantica. So if you want more content, like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment. I'm not biased when it comes to comment. If you guys have any suggestions when it comes to, let's say, the lighting of my room, or if you guys have any software you want to recommend me so I can start editing my videos properly, go ahead. And again, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye!